Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to your run on the Impossible Dream. Today, a summer transfer special, and it's going to be a very, very busy one. We have just on 7 million to spend. We have a wage budget we were committed to spending next season after departures, 71,000 a week. So we have, 23 grand a week we can do in wages. So, and we can obviously move money around, and we can get rid of some of the other high wage earners as well to add to that. So, lots and lots is going to happen. I promise that. Let's go and get this done. Now, a couple of things that we know are happening before we get too far here. We know that Nasevic is leaving, 850 grand for him, so we need to get a new goalkeeper in. We know that Bekenic is leaving, one of the original 700 grand. He is off to Italy. And the other central defender that's leaving is Hartman, 300,000 off to Spain. And then Purser. He's off to France for 2 million as well. So, yeah, that is all happening. And yeah, goalkeeper is definitely very towards the top, at the top of the list, yeah, we'll get to try and sign a goalkeeper. All right, so a quick update. We have sold 2 players. Purser's gone. The fans aren't happy with that one, which is fair enough, I suppose, but I still agree we should have sold him. I agree with me on that one. And the goalkeeper, Nasevic, has also left, and again, they're not happy about it, but we'll find somebody else. Don't worry, guys. Bosniak has come in for a bid. I negotiated for, I think, 7 million and 50%. That sort of fee, and I'd be willing to sell him for, but not 1.4 million. That Lille is a little silly, if you're honest. All right, we've had another departure, again to Guingamp, and it is Tinavoy this time that is off, £1.2 million. Now, the reason we've done this, again, he's 27. He's not going to realistically get any better. Dekic has impressed me. He's done well. We know we've got Pembele, and we also have, I think, 3 promising young right-backs coming through. So I'd rather the third choice right-back be game time for those kids coming through. So that's why we've got rid of him. 1.2 million in the bank is not a bad price for him, I don't think. And yeah, we'll put that towards other parts of the squad that maybe aren't quite so deep in terms of depth. All right, so a quick update on European things. Now, the league has moved up 4 places to 16th, so that is very, very nice indeed. So that puts us just behind the Czech League, the Scottish League. We are ahead of the Championship now, so that's good. That's a good kind of gauging point, I think. So I think because they are usually the top second tier league, I think, aren't they? So we're ahead of that, which is only a good thing. And yeah, long may we continue to push the league up and improve its star rating. Now, in terms of us, we have moved up 148 places to 110th in Europe, so that is very, very nice. France, so Tottenham and Lens will be in the Champions League. It doesn't affect us this year, and we have gained a Champions League place. Now, that's not for this season, is it? So for next season, so the champions go straight into the playoff, and there's a spot for the team that came second. Now, that wouldn't have helped us last season, obviously, but this season, if we can get top 2, we'll be in the Champions League. So that is potentially huge, isn't it? So, yeah, don't give up on signings just yet. We may be a little short-staffed when the league season starts, but there's things that are going to happen, I promise. All right, we've had our first disappointment of the window, but first up, we've got Matanovic signing an extension, so that's good. His contract was up the end of next season, so that ties him down. Whether he's still going to be our main man in 3 seasons' time is debatable, but we'll get a transfer fee for him, won't we? So that's good. And yeah, so this is the guy that we were trying to get on a free transfer, and he was basically going to come in and replace Bracalo to compete with Roberts on that left-hand side, and we just couldn't compete with Malaga in terms of wages. So he's gone off there. We do have a signing. It's not one that's particularly exciting. It's a future prospect. We don't have any real sort of prospects at left back, so I wanted to get one of those in, and we've got that. Good tackling, good crossing, not too bad physically. He's only 18, and yeah, we'll just see how he develops, but certainly not one for regular first team anyway. We have breaking news out of Croatia as Jeroen announced the signing of 19-year-old South African international Given Sithole for £350,000 from the Orlando Pirates. I'm Chaz Hogan, Aussie Journo, reporting from the Jeroen friendly with Bilbao, where rumours are circulating that new signing Sithole has not shown up after being spotted out at Cadillacs nightclub in the early hours of this morning. So, we've made a new signing who apparently is very, very happy to be with us because he's been out drinking and missed his first game. So, excellent. That being said, let's go and meet Gavin Sithole. I shouldn't have signed him. That's gonna get me to some warnings, isn't it? So this is him here, £350,000. The fans don't hate him yet. I get the feeling we're all going to change our opinion on him quite quickly. He's signed for £6,500 a week as an important player. Now, I'm not sure he is actually going to be an important player. Even his screen doesn't want to cooperate. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. And he does have a minimum release fee that was insisted upon of $2.3 million. I mean, it's all just shaping up. This is going to be a nightmare, isn't it? But there is a lot of potential there. Let's have a look at the actual footballer and try and move past the bad first impression. And this is him here. Now, he's more of a defensive-minded midfielder. He could fill in at centre-back, which might be important for us. We'll see how we go on that front. But good work rate, good teamwork, a good passing as well, good first touch, decision-making. Physically, he's quite good. He's 19, already has 18 caps for South Africa, and in theory, this should be a good signing for us, but yeah, like I say, first impressions have not worked out particularly well, have they? Now, the reason I've done this is I'm suspecting we're going to get bids in for Bosniak. None have come in yet, but I'd rather have 350 grand. We triggered a release fee. I'd rather have. We can already double our money, can't we? So, yeah, I think it's a good thing to have done. Now, we are at July 1st, which means that contracts have expired and whatnot. So let's have a quick look at who has come and gone. So if we have a look at the players that were released, Marko Tolic, in the end, I decided against renewing him. He's down the downward spiral, isn't he? I just feel so bad. That broken leg last season just came at the wrong time. And for a player that doesn't have good work rate anyway, yeah, I felt like it was time to let him go. There's all the goalkeepers have left. Marjanovic, Redjakovic has left. Sad, but I mean, there's no way he's getting anywhere near the first team these days, is there? And then that is pretty much it. So, yeah, that is that. Now, there are a few others that have left out on loan. These are all just youngsters. The one that might have a future with us is this guy. He's off at Bordeaux in the second tier, so we'll see what happens with him. Yeah, there might be a player there, but possibly not. Maybe they were more looking to loan him out so that someone will come and buy him. But yeah, that's where we're at, and we still need a goalkeeper. We probably need to try and find one or two others, but yeah, we'll see how we go. And in fact, if I just click continue, we can see a few others that have left here. So this guy was one of our young defenders that came through the academy, so he's off. Hassan is another one that came through the academy, and we've let go. And then Bekenic officially has left for 700,000. I still think that's a cracking fee for him. And the other one is Hartman for 300,000. Would have liked to get a little bit more, but ultimately, yeah, it doesn't matter now. And our new left back has officially joined us as well, so we'll start and get him ready to go. But like I say, definitely not one for the first team this season anyway. Alright, we have the first of what could be a little spate of signings here. We have signed Liverpool legend Rhys Williams. We've signed him for 450,000 from Wolves. Now, he is on a little bit of a salary, 9.5 grand a week as a regular starter. Now, if we go and have a quick look at him, and I'll explain why I have signed him. And it is jumping, reach, heading. And my thought process here is that imagine us from a set piece. We've got Damjanic and Rhys Williams, both really good in the air. I mean, Rhys Williams even better actually heading the ball. We're going to be formidable. And, you know, if we can find any way to score goals, that's fine by me. You know, we just need to find a way to score goals. And I'm hoping this will be a good route. Hopefully not the only way we score goals, but I'm hoping it will be useful. Now, his career to date, I mean, poor Rhys needs a home, doesn't he? He has, since 2023-4 season, which is 4 seasons ago now, or 4 seasons ago, he's played 6 games in the league. Leeds, he's played 2, went to Wolverhampton, and he's played 4. So he needs a home. We've got him very cheap, really, realistically speaking, to what he could have been. So let's hope we give him a home, and let's hope that he repays us for it. Now, in less good news, we are a week away exactly from the start of the league season. Bosniak is out for 3 to 5 weeks, and Matanovic is out 2 to 4 weeks. So that also means they're going to miss the start of our European qualifying campaign in the Conference League. Now, it shouldn't matter. We've got a sort of a 1 of 2 draw, and it's like I think it's a Northern Irish side or a Latvian side. That shouldn't be a problem, but yeah, we do want these guys coming back in as quickly as possible. Now, one other guy that we've had trying to sign, and he's been on trial with us for a month now, is Yuki Kobayashi. Now, we faced him last season at Celtic. He was released on a free transfer. He just wants too much money. I mean, even if we were to do this, 20 grand a week. We can't do that. We just can't do that. A lot of things went wrong last year, there's no doubt about that. And look, I mean, Skoko tried his best, but ultimately the forces weakened him, and he's not fully committal. So now we've got a fully signed up member of the Socceroos. I expect this season will go a lot better. So we have a signing, we have a Socceroo finally at the club. Nectar Triantis, I've got to be honest, never heard of him. He's 25. And, well, he's potentially a star player at the league level. The fans only say he's a C option. Now, I don't know if that's because we have signed him as a squad player, but he's better than a squad player. 4.2 or 4,200 a week is what he's on. Let's have a look at him. He's 25 years old. He has 5 caps, and we've got him on a free. Now, the reason we got him on a free is that he was at Sunderland and basically didn't play. He couldn't get a work permit and didn't play. So I think they were just trying to get rid of him. And he's a very good, solid centre-back. And that is fine by me. If I'm honest, the reason we signed him is because he's Australian. There's other players out there that we probably could have got for cheaper that are about as good. But, you know, we've got to have a little bit of fun, don't we? So let's have a look at what his career to date is like. Now, unfortunately for him, he's played for the West Sydney Wanderers, so that's not great. I wouldn't have signed him if I'd known that. But saw the light, went to the Central Coast Mariners. They're less offensive to me. And then went to Sunderland. It's just in real life. So in real life, he's gone to Sunderland for this season. So I don't really watch the A-League anymore. Yeah, that's probably why I've never heard of him. But yeah. We can see they're barely played and didn't have a work permit when we found him, when the scouts found him. So we've got him on a free, and absolute worst case scenario, we'll be able to sell him on and make a nice little profit off of him. All right, we have another signing. It is a loan signing. It is just sort of a hold place for 6 months. Goalkeeper Burak Özkanli. Hopefully I don't have to say his name very often. Now, the fans are not a fan. An E-rated signing, and he's only here for 6 months. We're only paying 2 grand a week for him, 2.5 if he doesn't play. I mean, he's fine. He's here to be, hopefully, no more than backup. We've signed him as an important goalkeeper. If he gets recalled, no, it's going to be because he has somebody better, so we don't care. Sakanji is still here. He is more than adequate as a backup, as we saw at the end of last season. And so, yeah, we're just going to see what we get out of him. So I feel a little bit better just knowing that there's somebody. Now we need to try and actually find a goalkeeper. The issue we have, it's either clubs, I've had a look at getting Priscilla back in, who we've had a few times now on loan, and they want 2 million for him. There's a couple of other goalkeepers they want 2 million for. Either that, or the wages are like 20 grand a week, which we can't afford right now. So yeah, we're just in a little bit that awkward spot we seem to get into every impossible dream, where we're just in between sort of quality level of players, and we're struggling to afford to get player wages in right now. So yeah, got to get back into the Champions League. Alright, we're at game day of our first game of the season against Lokomotiva, and our first game in Europe this year will be against this team from Latvia. That is a game we should win, and we should win quite comfortably. Now, unfortunately, I think the season has started about a week too early for us. There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen, so make sure, or hopefully going to happen anyway, so make sure you catch that at the start of next episode. But a quick recap of what's in the works here. And the major thing is that we have received a bid of 5.75 million for Dashka. That, in my books, is too good to resist for a guy that's 27 and not going to get any better. And he's been a great player for us, but he's also a very limited player, I think, at this point. So if we get that sort of money for him, personally, I think it's a no-brainer to take it. So that's what we're going to do. Now, the other thing that's happened is that we've loaned in another goalkeeper. We've gone to Dinamo Zagreb this time, and Antonio Rejic. I think this guy might even be a little bit better. We're paying wages. There's a little bit of a monthly loan fee involved as well. And if we have a look at this guy, the only concern I have about him is positioning. I don't love that, but everything else about him is fairly good. Anticipation's not great either. So again, the reason that they're loanees is because they're just placeholders till we can actually get someone in. There's one or two goalkeepers that I've been after and just not been able to afford the wages. So I'm waiting for them to sort of get over that so we can try and renegotiate and see how we go. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. If Rejic in goal, he's played 3 times for Dinamo's senior team, so you know he's just on the brink of their squad, and we'll see what he can do for us. So let's have a quick recap of where we stand here. In terms of money, we're absolutely fine. I've had to take some money out of transfer budget into wages. You'll notice that the committed wages is higher. There is hopefully a signing coming very, very soon, but I don't want to show that until it actually happens. So yeah, we're looking good on that front. And to recap who's come out in and out, obviously we've caught you up on all the ins already, and the only other out that I had to catch you up on that is a permanent departure is our young South African centre-back. I just have not been convinced by him. He's not really training on. He's unambitious. And when I gave him a chance at the end of last season, he really, really didn't take it. So he's gone off to Osijek, 100 grand plus a 50% of the next fee. So if he does turn into some sort of, 3, 4, 5-star superstar, then we'll get a chunk of whatever it is that he gets sold on for. But I don't think that's going to happen. Look at those eyes, by the way. That is intense and kind of scary. All right, so let's have a look at the squad we have to start the season. So goalkeepers, we essentially have 3 that will just battle it out. Tin Sarkanji, who, as I said, it was solid last year. I don't want him to be our first choice all season, but if he has to, then so be it. Oz Kenley and Rejic, the 3 of them will battle it out. I suspect Rejic might come out on top in that battle. But I also suspect Akanji, this guy, he'll probably be recalled at some point as well if he's not playing. Now, let's have a look at our centre-back options. The main 3, I think, we're looking at Demjanic, we're looking at Rhys Williams, and we are looking at Tommy St. Yago, possibly playing in the middle of those guys, although he is a decent wide centre-back. So, yeah, we'll sort of play around with things. Our Socceroo Triantos, he is an option for us at centre-back, as is Messick. I've toyed with the idea of trying to sell him, but the bid for Dashka basically meant we're going to hold off on that because we don't want to be caught with not enough players. Now, one person, Dashka, obviously is around for now, but may not be around forever. One other guy that is being called up is this guy, Kale Benasek. Now, I think he was in last year's youth intake. Not the finished product yet, but certainly worthy of coming off the bench, I think, in some games if we're looking strong. And the other player that we've had in the past is our other young centre-back. He's out on loan at Orient in the 2nd tier, so he's going to play there and hopefully prove himself and come back a better player for it. Over to left-back, and we've got our 2 main guys, Rovis and Bracalo. We could probably do with an upgrade, but it's not a desperate need, I don't think. And then we've got our youngster in now as well, just to be the 3rd choice over there. And yeah, I think there might be a player there. He's going to need to train on, but there might be someone there for us down the line. Over to right back, and Pembele is the number 1 man here. And we haven't had any real major bids for him yet. Obviously, we're at July 16th. The major European teams aren't even really thinking about the season yet, are they? So Lyon, Marseille and Udinese are interested in him. We did get a bid from Marseille, I think it was, as well. So yeah, we'll see if we hang on to him or not. Dekic is secured himself the number 2, his backup. And then we've got 2 youngsters here. There's actually 1 or 2 other ones, but this guy was out on loan last season in the 2nd tier at Orient, so he's going to come in and serve as the 3rd choice. And then we've got this guy as sort of 4th choice back up to him. Over to the defensive midfielder. Now, Bosniak is injured. He's going to miss the start of the year, so that's not ideal. Again, we're getting bids for him. Nothing that I've been tempted to accept yet, though. Sithole, he was the major signing and hasn't been out clubbing since. So hopefully it was just, first night in Europe, got a little bit carried away kind of a deal. high hopes for him. If he can stay out of the nightclubs, he could be a very good player for us. Brigic is back. We haven't actually seen him yet because he's been away with Croatia's under 20s or 19s or something in one of those youth competitions. So he's going to be a big part of what we do this season. And then Grafinha. I'm slowly but surely warming to this guy. I might send him out on loan this year yet. We'll wait and see when we get a little bit closer to the transfer deadline. And is there any other ones? Oh, this Matkovic might prove something as well. He's only 17 though, so we probably won't see much of him this season. Dumbinjak I was going to sell, but if Dashka leaves, we might need to hang on to him for another season. And the other one here is this guy who was out on loan last year. And again, a little bit of potential there. He can't tackle, which is his main downfall. And there's no pace either. We'll probably either loan him out or sell him, I suspect. If we go a little bit further forward in midfield now, I've been preoccupied with goalkeepers and defenders, but we definitely need to get one or two other midfielders in, I think. So right now, Noah Skoko is and Palumbo are the first two choices. We've then got Caccavenga, who can fill on either side. Now, there is interest in him from Ascoli in Italy. If we get a decent bid, I would consider selling it. He's not completely lit the world on fire like I was hoping he would do. So if we can make a bit of a profit on him, then I might consider selling him. Then we've got some youngsters. Ormarkic, who's going to be injured to start the season. We've also got Lovric, who is potentially a very good player, though I'd love to get rid of that temperamental, personality. This guy, Bakulji, was out on loan last season. If we could get him out on loan again, I still think there's a decent-ish player there, but 19, he probably does need to be playing a little bit more than what we can offer him, and I think that is just about it. We've seen everybody else. Islamovic, I think I said, has gone out on loan for the year. And if we go and have a look at the strikers, Fillet is still, I think, the main man for us. We've got Matanovic, who is injured, as we saw at the start of the year, and hopefully will have a big year when he comes back. Pranjic, I said this every year, it'll probably be his last year with us. His contract's up as well, so that might force my hand in making it his last year. Then we've got all the promising strikers. Ante Rakic, who hopefully will start to hit the ground running a little bit. Turpic, who's going to be injured to start the season. He needs to kick on a little bit this year. And then we've got Kolik, who again maybe will, maybe won't make it, and Kernji as well. Kernjic, those last two might need to go out on loan, and I think we do need at least one more frontline striker as well. And if my signing comes up for us next episode, then we'll have our striker to sort of make the four main ones plus the kids. So that's where we're at. It's going to be an interesting season, this one. It has to be better than last season. You can see in pre-season, some friendlies, we've got some good results against some good teams. So I'm cautiously optimistic on that front. We definitely need a striker, which hopefully is going to happen. We definitely need at least one more sort of senior midfielder, I think. And then we've got to sort out goalkeeper sort of on a more permanent basis, but I'm not too displeased with where we stand on July 16th. So if you've enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time to get the season underway. Take care.